What is going on, certified homies? Welcome to CRO After Dark, the long-awaited second episode. Man, we went cold. Has it been a full calendar year since we did it?
I think it was the summer. I'm not
Was it
sure,
the summer?
but I think it was this summer. The long-awaited sequel.
The
Yes,
long-awaited
it's
sequel
finally
that
happening.
no one
Yes.
asked for.
Come on. What's the
Or
best
maybe
sequel?
one out-
What's your favorite sequel ever of any movie? Don't say Godfather because that's the lazy answer.
That's a good question. I was talking to other people about sequels.
I'm a podcaster. I ask good questions.
Fuck, I'm not gonna remember the name of the sequel, but there was one movie I saw recently where the sequel was pretty good compared to the original, and I was blown away by it. And now I'm not gonna remember it. Maybe I'll remember it at the end. So we'll maybe spoiler, or
Back
we'll
to the
figure that
Future.
out at
Back
the
to
end.
the Future is always the answer.
What's yours? What's your favorite
Back
sequel?
to the Future is always the answer. Like any movie question, it's Back.
You
to
know
the
what?
Future.
I'm gonna go a little meta. I'm gonna say the sequel. I guess you can consider that the sequel to Breaking Bad is Better Call Saul, and it's a TV show. And that's a spite. I know I'm kind of fudging this
I know.
a little bit.
know where you're going with this. Yes.
Better
I
Call
like
Saul is better than Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad's fucking incredible.
it. I think they're equally good. It's not obviously better.
I know where you're going, and I'm not downplaying the greatness of Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
but the character development, the plot, the twists, the
budgets,
acting.
Yeah, of course. I get it. I get where you're going. I don't think it's obvious. That's what I'm saying.
All right, drop a like in the comments if you thought Better Call Saul was better than Breaking Bad.
What do they drop if they thought Breaking Bad was
Nothing,
better?
and that's how we collect
What
my
about
data.
Pluribus?
I wanted to talk to you about that. Okay,
I
so
know.
that's a good segue. I wanted to talk to you about Pluribus because I think you already spoiled it, but I wanted to ask you if you, and maybe, I don't know, let's make sure this is spoiler free, but as I was watching,
No, we're not that kind of podcast. I don't
well,
care.
I haven't caught up.
How many episodes are you?
3.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I'm starting to watch it,
Okay.
but as I'm going through it, there's a part of me that was like, dude, this feels exactly like AI, like a commentary on AI.
Did you see Vince Gilligan's statement about AI? Like,
I didn't.
I mean, every episode ends with a post credits thing that says this show was made with humans, not AI, and whatever it was. Like,
I didn't see that. That's sick.
He hates AI in creative processes, in stuff like this. So I think that's
I guess
relevant.
Vince Gilligan and I have something in common where we're both amazingly creative people who create
Albuquerque,
amazing
New
works
Mexico,
of art,
Yeah,
and we also hate robots.
yeah, it's a great.
That's
TV
crazy.
show.
I didn't. So you think it is? Did he answer that question? Did he say it's AI?
No, he never said clearly. And what we're referring to is the hive mind, whatever they're called, that they're all AI. How do you call them without insulting them? AI loving people. Let's just say that, and they cannot think on their own, and they don't have a brain, and whatever in the show. I don't think Vince Gilligan ever said that specifically, but the parallels that they make are kind of clear.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even like the whole. I'm not gonna spoil this, but like when you yell at
Go
them,
ahead and spoil it. Who cares? This is not
when
a
you yell
TV
at them and they
podcast.
like start shaking and stuff, that's like sometimes how AI is. If you yell at it, it kind of just like stops
and
working.
always a positive response. They can always do whatever you want. They always praise you. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess for everyone listening to this, go watch Pluribus because it's really
Go
good.
watch it. It's on Apple TV. If you use CRO After Dark coupon code, you get 10% off on your first episode. Or however this works. I've never had a sponsor, so I don't know.
They're not sponsoring us. You could try it. If it works,
You can try.
DM us.
Let us know.
Because then we'll be surprised too. Can you imagine someone else has like a CRO After Dark, like coupon code, and it just works?
I want to know what that CRO would be because it wouldn't be this.
Chief Revenue Officer. It was funny. I was using
Croatia.
AI.
Croatia is where
AI was transcribing something in one of our meetings, and it was like the chief Shiva, the chief revenue officer, and I was like, "Well, I got a promotion,
One day,
guys.
one day."
Congratulations to me, I guess."
That's awesome.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
but anyway,
So let's go into the topic.
I would say this one is even better. Pluribus has potential to be even better because this is the first Vince Gilligan show that hit the ground running. And we have never seen a Vince Gilligan show that was just incredibly amazing and absorbing from episode 1. This is the first time that happened. Yeah, let's get to the topics.
I don't. That's a weird take because I thought Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul both hit the ground running.
Not like this.
I
Not
disagree.
not with a big concept. Not with a like the world changing. No, not like this.
Fine.
Better Call Saul was so slow. The first episode was nothing. Breaking Bad at least had the van scene where he's in his
Okay, I
underwear.
guess fine. If you mean that way, fine. I
Yeah,
can see that.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Let's get in. People don't
Let's
care
get
about
it.
this. They want to hear the.
Maybe they do.
They might. All right. We'll drop a like if you want to hear us talk more about Pluribus. Maybe we could do a CRO after dark.
Pluribus after dark. Yeah.
So the thing that we're going to talk about today is something that both Sani and I think will die in 2026 that is digital marketing related.
Can we say start dying at least? Not completely and absolutely be gone and buried and
So things that will start diminishing in quality. All right. Well, the
mattering less.
clickbait
Or
was
matter
thing that will
less.
die in 2026.
Yeah,
That's the topic.
die. Let's say die. Yeah.
Okay. So, or maybe it will start to die. I guess 2026 is a long year. The thing that you're saying, will it?
Just as long as any other year.
I know, but like it's a full year, right? So you could say it's starting to die earlier in the year,
Sure.
but then at the end of the year, will it be dead?
We can say that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm similarly. I mean, this is a clickbait, so I think it's just we're gonna call out things
Totally.
that are going to be a lot worse in 2026, but the clickbait hooked you in, so welcome.
Yeah.
You go first.
So what I think will begin to die, and I'll go back to 2011, 2012, when optimizing only for desktop devices didn't really die in a year, but when phones started being used more, we kind of switched our attention to optimizing for mobile first and all that stuff. And now you can't do CRO, you can't do web dev, you can't do UX if it's not for mobile devices as well. Talking about websites, of course.
Sure.
I think optimizing websites for humans and human behavior and the small nudges we use to trick them into adding more to cart and all that stuff will start to die finally in 2026 because again, I really don't like AI hype, but I think the AI agents thing, doing things on the websites, doing things that we don't really care about. Sure, some people like shopping. I'm not saying that will be gone and banned or whatever, but there will be more and more autonomous agents doing these things instead of humans. And when that hits 50%, not in 26, but it will happen at some point, does CRO die? Does it begin to die? And specifically, when I say CRO, I mean optimizing the website, optimizing the brand experience, getting the users there, reaching new audiences, all that stuff. That will happen, but not on the website. So I'm saying focusing CRO efforts only on the website is something that's going to start to diminish at least.
I know where you're going from. I know where you're coming from. I get it. I just don't agree because I think the same people who are saying that were also saying like, oh, retail's going to die when websites were created. And like people still go into stores wanting to buy things like mattress stores. Well, that's a big expensive purchase. People still go into a store to try out mattresses. They may not buy directly from there. They might still buy on Amazon. But like those stores aren't totally dying. GameStop's rebounded back from.
Yeah, but that was a meme. That was a meme. Let's be
I know,
honest.
but like
Come on.
that still these stores still exist. So
They
I
do?
know what you're going to. And it's funny, that same point you were talking about desktop and people focusing more on mobile. I still, and maybe I'm boomer about this, I don't buy like big important purchases on my phone.
No one does. I think no one does. Let's be honest about that. But the era of this is the only way to do it is going to stop existing. Like the same way that going to the shop to buy was the only way and then it wasn't.
But in order for your
computer.
prediction to be true, as it diminishes or dies, a large part of those people have to be totally gone. And it has to be
Talking
in
about pluribus? Add to.
the
I agree.
traffic,
I agree.
the
I
mix.
agree. I completely agree. It's a clickbait, of course. It's not going to die completely, but I think we are reaching that point where these AI systems can do these things, and there are so many companies at the same time trying to push for AI to take over the browser and do
Yeah.
things for you. Like, virtually every big tech company, even Firefox released an AI window feature, but I thought they would never do it, but they did.
So it's funny. You say that. I get where you're going. I understand from a technology perspective, it can be done. But now I'm like, will it? Because my same example, some
Absolutely.
people like to go into a store and touch, feel things. Groceries. Grocery was the one that I was like, man, a lot of people with this new tech, if I don't have to shop, that makes my life so much easier.
Yeah.
The counterpoint's like, I don't trust someone to buy apples the way I want them to be. I want big apples. I need them to be specific shape. I don't want them to be brown,
Right.
or browned, like soggy or whatever.
But
I think
let's
there's
talk
people. Go ahead.
let's talk about the entire process, not just the purchase itself. There's also the research, the
Consideration.
discovery, the everything, all of that. If the AI assistant is doing the research for you and telling you, I think you should buy this, I think these are the top 3 options, and then you look at that, what the assistant gave you, and then you just say, okay, go to this website and buy it for me. That is going to become possible. It's possible already, but not at scale. It doesn't really work the way it should. I think in 2026, we'll see that happening. When that happens, when the website becomes what is currently the checkout page, just complete the transaction, don't drop the ball, make it happen. All of the CRO things that CRO people do on the website are not going to be as important.
Well, it depends. It depends on what you define as CRO, because if you're saying micro nudges, button color testing, like I'm
I'm
curious
saying
if,
anything that's happening only on your website. That's what I'm saying.
well, I think that's where then you're doing shitty CRO if like the only decisions that the CRO is influencing are very tactical web behavior things versus experimentation, as I try and define it. I'm sure you think of it this way too, is it's a business evaluation, right? Like when you test into big experimentation related things that are strategic to the business, yeah, they're
But
reflected
if
in
you're
web.
still working with the website and nothing but the website, I'm saying it's not going to matter in this scenario. It has to be everywhere else. It has to be every channel you control and every channel you don't control, because this AI agent, and I do think this will happen in 2026. I'm not excited about it. I will not use this probably, but I think it's happening. When this AI agent is doing all the things, if you're only optimizing the website and you're like, it's there to buy something. It already
Yeah.
knows exactly what it's going to do. It's there to fail or not fail doing it. And that's
Now,
it.
I know what you mean. I think you're just saying like there's going to be a big dramatic shift in behavior, and
Absolutely, yeah.
um, some people might rely less on doing their own quote unquote research and shift a little bit more into like using ChatGPT or AI to help find stuff. I think it's going to shift behavior, but I don't think it's going to change behavior. And I think that's a meaningful distinction because
Correct.
like think about what
Absolutely.
Talia talks about a lot with her emotional targeting, where it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, humans are irrational and humans still make emotional based decisions to buy things or acquire things. So
100%. But what I'm saying is specifically what's happening on the website. If you're just dealing with doing CRO on the website, experimenting only with the website, you're doing it for humans and human users and testing how their brains will work. It's not going to be the same. You have to move upstream in that decision-making process or whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm saying. It's still going to be the humans deciding what they want, influenced some different ways. But if you're just optimizing your PDP, your category page, your cart page, your offer, like if you buy this, we'll add this. If you add $20 more, you get free shipping. That is going to be ineffective, not less effective, completely ineffective once the decision happens offsite.
I mean, is that currently super effective anyway?
That's what most people are focusing on.
Most is a strong word. I think that's what a lot of people are talking about on LinkedIn. But
That is
I
that is a more accurate way to say it.
I think
Yes,
that's
yes,
that
yes, yes,
not
yes.
that's not
Yeah.
necessarily what people are tactically.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
You might be right. Maybe they are, but I think that's
No,
what a
I
lot
agree
of
with you.
people.
I agree with you. I agree
That's
with
the
you.
stuff that gets the engagement, and that's the thing that pisses Shiva off every time he sees it. Right? Like that's the stuff that gets the engagement. But I think if you're a CRO and you're like, I know we have this complex conversation. Aaron's gonna hate me about diminishing and downplaying button color testing. But like I do think there's something to say around if you're just like button color testing and you're not thinking more strategically,
Who does that?
If some people, I think, but like, okay, I'm not going to tell you what AI tool recommended this to me as a test idea, but let's just say I used a very prominent AI CRO related tool, and I'm being very vague because I'm not trying to throw them under the
That's
bus.
fine. Yeah.
But they quote unquote audited my site, and the top recommended things they suggested to me were three button tests, one of which was a button color, one of which was a button shape.
Oh, even a shape. Okay, so
As
like
the top three
rounded. Yeah.
recommended tests for me to drive an improvement to my CER. And I'm like, this is where it just lacks business context. It doesn't think like a human at all to influence the actual like
Yeah.
decision-making process that we do. So I mean that to just say, as good CROs, we're able to suss out the good and the bad. And I think there might be evidence to suggest that maybe doing free shipping testing promotion might be valuable. Maybe you have some data that like that's a pretty important thing in the industry that you're in, where I mean that's important. Like when I look for merch online for like shows and like bands that I go see, I'll look at a shirt and be like, wow, that's already a $60 shirt, whatever, I'll support the band. And it's like, plus Texas taxes, which kind of sucks sometimes, plus
Yeah.
shipping and
Oh.
handling. It's an extra $20. And I'm like, all right, I'm not buying this. This is $80.
That's just one. Shipping is one example. Button colors. I think those are not great examples of what should be tested on a website. And most people would agree that that's not really the highest value things to test. What I'm saying is that when whatever autonomous thing is doing the website thing instead of the human, the decision has been made before the landing. There's no influencing it in trying to complete a transaction that it came there to complete. When you send an ChatGPT agent, Perplexity, whatever, I don't care. I don't think those are the answers. I think there will be better systems than this. When I type in, go to this website and buy these shoes this size, there's no influencing that once it lands. It's just trying to complete the transaction. The website things don't matter. It's there to fail or not fail in completing the transaction. You need to influence the human elsewhere, off-site, and that becomes more and more important. That's what I'm saying.
Well, then you could just use AI influencers to help garner the.
Good luck. Yeah. I mean,
You could use
human
AI influencers.
Yeah.
Did you see what was the
No,
company?
I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, like real fake people that are like AI.
Sorry,
Kim
can
Kardashian.
you repeat the sentence you just said again?
I know what I said. Real fake people.
That's not a sentence.
I mean, if it's AI influencers,
It's just a fake person. It's not a real
that's
fake
exactly
person.
a fake person pretending to be a real person. Yeah, that's what I said.
You said real fake person.
Same thing. Fake real person.
I'm just being an asshole.
I know you're good at it. Anyway, I don't know that. I haven't seen that. That exists.
Yeah, AI user, quote unquote AI, quote unquote user generated content, where it's just,
That's not influencers. That's a different thing.
no. I know, but what I'm saying is people are hijacking that and being like, okay, well, I can't pay someone to organically promote my content, so I'm gonna create this fake thing, which is honestly, I thought about this. The AI UGC is just like, it's just a slightly better version, like a higher fidelity. I don't mean better as it's good. I just mean it's a higher fidelity version of the as seen on TV commercials, where like you know the
worse.
testimonials
I
in
think
those
it's
are all
worse.
fake.
Oh, you mean the testimonials in those? Okay.
The testimonials in
okay.
there are all fake. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a guy wearing a coat and it's like, I'm a doctor and I recommend. It's like, no, you're not a doctor.
Yeah, that's
dude.
fair.
Like, of course you're not a doctor. I think it's just a higher fidelity version of that same thing. In the same way that, like, I don't know, the generative AI is almost just like a higher fidelity version of Photoshop in some ways.
I don't know if I fully agree with that, but to go back to the as seen on TV thing, everyone I know will say that's fucking stupid. Like lab coat on a cheesy like Simpsons Nick Riviera looking doctor. That's stupid. Like no one is going to believe that.
I like
is
that
just
analogy.
stupid.
That's funny.
I mean, you know the guy. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah,
fake
yeah,
doctor.
yeah.
but yet again, some people will say AI UGC makes sense and it's okay to use it. Like, and you were really upset when this became a thing. I remember we had conversation like, if you can't get one person to recommend your product honestly, and you have to generate a Super Mario or Popeye saying cool things about your product, or like a real fake person, how shitty is your product?
Yeah.
Like, what is the long play there? Like, I know it's shitty and nobody likes it, but if I just put some pixels in an ad, the people will start. You trick some people. I don't get that. I
It's
think it's
not
stupid.
good. And then what I'm starting to see in YouTube is AI, full AI ads. Like
Yeah,
there's this, I
a
don't know.
lot of that. There's a Tai Chi. There's a Tai
Yeah, the
Chi
Tai
ad that
Chi thing.
fuck
It's
all
so
the.
stupid.
My dad never thought he would lose weight doing Tai Chi. Like, are you fucking kidding
He's
me?
like, I want to lose weight
Yeah, yeah,
by
yeah,
December.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, obviously it just picked the date. And then the guy's like, "Heh, well, tell your dad. And it's like, it's so fake.
It is
It's
dumb.
so bad.
It
I
is dumb.
hated
I
it.
hope that company goes bankrupt tomorrow.
Well, and the thing that's annoying is like, I'm sure Tai Chi actually has like good
No, we're
benefits
not
and
talking
stuff.
about Tai Chi. We're talking
I know,
about
just the
yeah,
whoever's selling the bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so okay, that might be a good segue into like my general
Let's talk about
sentiment.
that. Yeah,
My
yeah.
what will die in 2026. So similar clickbait. I'm not saying this is going to be in a binary of alive or dead. What will what will diminish in quality is trust in AI. I think this is finally the year where the hype dies. And instead of the hype going up, the hype will take a steep downhill turn. And I think there are several things that are going to factor into it. I know we talked about this offline, but I do want to bring this up and I want to
No,
hear your
it's
feedback on
worth
this
talking about this.
honestly.
Yes, yes.
Ads in ChatGPT, ads in AI, I think is going to be a huge detriment to trust in AI. Because before, by the way, like that's what Google was. Before Google had ads, I think a lot of people trusted that what the information they were getting out of it was generally unbiased. It was
Mm,
doing its best to find the most unbiased information. It's this thing called Google gullibility. That's what Kate Moran, Nielsen Norman turned me on to.
mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
think there was just this idea that like you trusted it more. But now people see this where ads are blending in with Google. It's just the smallest call out of ad
Yeah.
versus organic. I think more and more people are becoming more untrustworthy of search results because of ads. And I think that similar trend will happen in AI with like the AI tools.
So I agree, but I think people will turn on AI, and AI is doing great at turning people against it without the ads. Like, you don't need the ads for people to stop trusting AI. I
But
think
is
it's
it well, do you
I
think
think
the
it's
ads will be
happening already.
the
No,
camel, the
no,
straw
I
that
think
broke the
it's irrelevant. I really think this is completely irrelevant. We would see the ads already if they had a reason to put them in, or a good way to put them in there.
Aren't
I
they
know
testing
ChatGPT is
it?
working on ads.
Yeah,
ChatGPT is
yeah.
kind of working on ads. It's not even tested from what I know yet, and they pushed it back for like when Altman had that code red thing, which like this is your like life vest. You need this. You don't have any like, and now you're pushing it back because I'm not buying anything they're saying. Like, I just don't think. I don't think people turning on AI will happen because of ads. I think it will happen because people realize this is not what we were promised. This really isn't what they hyped and kept hyping. There will be a small fraction of people, a small percentage of people that are so deep that there's no saving them, like any cult. But a lot of people will just walk away and say, "Nah, never. I never. I
What
just
do they
played
do
with it.
then? So like I
I
guess
don't care."
where do you see the landscape in 2026?
I think the people who went into deep will get in even deeper on
They
the
have to
AI.
double down. They have to quadruple down.
Have to feel like they want. I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
I don't even
I know
want to
you
think
don't
about
care,
that.
but I do want to understand like where do you think the landscape is going to be with all of this happening?
I think, I mean, people will be turning because they will number one see that this kind of like ChatGPT 5. What the fuck was that? Is that a new label on ChatGPT 4?
Yeah,
Is
that was interesting, right? Like, I think because I think fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 5 times, shame on me. It feels like every time people have been promised something, and even if the baseline tech is pretty good, I'm not denying,
It
like,
is.
the
It
tech is
absolutely
pretty
is.
good. It's pretty
Yeah.
slick. But I think the fact that after, well, let's say 5, 6, 7 iterations of whatever it
Mhm.
is, like every time it comes out, it's always overpromise, underdeliver.
Yeah.
When you continuously overpromise every time, I think that's where people start to be like,
Hmm.
then like at some point you would think people are like, you just overpromise every fucking time.
That's what's been happening every time so far. But it may change. Like they may change. They may start delivering. I honestly at this point, and I've been working playing with AI, and not just the chatbots. I mean like APIs, integrations, building apps. I don't care anymore. I think we have enough AI technology to do anything that AI will give us in the whatever how many years in the
Yeah.
future. I don't think they'll do anything revolutionary with Gen AI after that.
Well,
There's a whole new avenue of AI that needs to be explored, but Gen AI diminishing returns was 2 years ago.
one of
And
the
I don't.
unspoken parts of all of this, I know Iqbal gave a very good talk at this conversion hotel,
Yes.
is the green or not so green parts about this. Not money green. I mean like
Yep. Yep. Yep.
environmental
Mm-hmm.
impact of AI, where it's like to just use AI to generate some nano banana bullshit of your dog,
Yep.
which I support. I love it. It's cute. In a bubble, it's cute. I love it. But
Yep.
the actual economic impact of thanking. Well, do you remember what he said? Like thanking ChatGPT for the reply is like the
Um,
economic impact is. It's like a
no,
crazy.
not Iqbal. This is what Sam Altman said, just to be clear, because you just mentioned Iqbal earlier. The
Well,
thanking
Iqbal's
part.
talk was about
But
that
but he
too.
wasn't talking about the specifically
Okay,
about
fair enough.
thanking ChatGPT. This was last year, 2 years. I don't even remember when it was. Like he was fired 2 years ago, Sam Altman, and then like whatever. I think he said something like every time you thank, like over a year, your thanking costs like 10 million, 20 million, whatever it was. I don't care. And that was just a flex. Look at how big we are. I don't care about anything they're saying. Anything they say is self reported, self measured, and we're supposed to eat it up and trust them. I don't
Yeah.
trust them. I just don't trust them.
So there's one part of the story that's like trust in AI
Mm-hmm.
in like ads and stuff is
Yep,
one
yep, yep.
part of that. There's another part of that where trust in AI to do productive things,
Mm-hmm.
I think is going down. So a couple examples I'll give is I think Klarna, if I remember right, Klarna hired a bunch of they tried to fire a bunch of
Fired.
people
Yep,
saying
yep.
AI will just do everything. And then they're like
Customer support. Customer
customer
support.
support.
700, I think. Yep, yep, yep.
And then it's like, just kidding. That was a total miss. Rehire them back. One
Mm-hmm.
example.
Mm-hmm.
Another example. I'm a decently big gamer. Like I enjoy playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty big into Call of Duty, but the game quality's just been so shit lately.
You mentioned
Not
that.
so not so subtle plug that I did a like deep dive in Call of Duty stuff.
You
If you guys want
mentioned
to
that.
check it out,
Yeah.
I spent like 6 hours doing that for like
Wow.
a 7-minute video. Anyway, I spent a lot of time. Go check it out because it was a cool thing that I did. If you guys want more video essays, feel free to tag me. But maybe I'll do it for
What's your
Activision.
Twitch
Huh?
account? What's your Twitch account?
I'm not on
Just
Twitch. I
kidding.
just made a
Just
YouTube.
kidding. Just
All
kidding.
right. But the other thing that happened, and maybe I should do a video on this, is just like the use of AI in some of their creative stuff.
Yeah.
It's so obvious that they're using AI to generate assets, to shortcut things. And I think that's just it's a broader view of how I think some companies just view quality of work. Because I think they're like, they're like, it doesn't need to be, we don't need to do good quality work. We can just use AI to create slop and people will just continue to buy our shit. And I think people are recognizing and they're almost doubling, if not tripling down on this to be like, if you're like proudly using AI and it's good, fine. And the end quality of the product is good. But if you're using AI and your end quality of the thing is bad, it's not just 1x bad, it's like 7x bad. People will be
Uh,
extra pissed at you if not only the thing is bad, but you used AI. It's a multiplier.
it's laughable when it's bad. It's really something that it takes a while to recover from.
No, but I'm talking about like public sentiment specifically.
No,
Like,
no, that's what I mean.
okay,
That's
okay.
That's exactly what I mean. I agree with all of that. I just think when you think why every company, I'm talking about specifically about big tech, and their big tech is something like the colonial powers centuries ago. Like they're trying to take over the world and run the world forever in the future. I mean, are they not?
They're not trying to take over the world. They've taken over the world.
Well, not just completely yet, but they're very close.
Well, did
to
you
getting
see
there.
Gerda? Gerda asked
did
ChatGPT if they're going to take over the world, and then ChatGPT said no.
But
It said no. Dude, would it hallucinate?
irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. But what I was saying, they're definitely, again, tinfoil hat on, whatever. But it seems to me like they just want to own the world. These big tech companies. I mean, if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, what do they control? Like 80-90% of like some they have more than they need to have. The only reason they want to push AI into everything is because when AI is acceptable, like at an acceptable level of quality, like the assets you were mentioning, they don't need the workforce. And like that dynamic is not good for anyone but them. And I don't know. We need to have some kind of a pushback. And also, it's shitty. It looks really really bad, the stuff they're doing. But just the same way Zara and H&M and all those clothes were, why the fuck are you wearing that plastic piece of trash 30-40 years ago, and now that's like the standard? That's how we'll get used to the slop, because they
I have
serve
no idea
slop.
what you're talking about with Zara.
I mean, it's cheap disposable clothing.
Oh. Oh. Got it.
That-
You mean like Temu and Shein, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they're getting us used to that kind of shit. And same thing with slop. Same thing with AI content that's just not good.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
They're getting us used to slop so that
Yeah.
they can just keep on
I'm not
doing.
saying there's a master plan to get humanity used to slop. Maybe there is. I don't know. But the more slop you serve, the more normal it becomes. And like 10 years from now, if every YouTube ad is just AI slop, and every like half of YouTube videos are AI slop, and it's fine.
Yeah, so they're playing the long game. They're like, we suffer now, but we're setting the foundation up
do they
because we know.
suffer? Do they even suffer?
Well, like, suffer is subjective, but I know Activision, like their Call of Duty game has been it's had a lot of critical feedback with its release. And again, that's more just like, it's not just their use of AI. It's that the game's not great. And they use AI, which makes people 10 times more pissed. And it's like, you laid off a bunch of people, your quality of game sucks, and then whatever exists, you're using AI stupidly. And it's like, well, we have so many reasons to be pissed off at you that they become multipliers. And it's like, if you just, yeah.
We're not fans. Let's just put it mildly. We're not fans of stuff like that. But your topic, you think about 2026 is that people will start trusting AI less, I guess, is the big thing.
Yeah. I think this is the, my sentiment is that we were in an upward trajectory, even if the velocity of
maybe we still are.
I think so we still are. I'm saying like it was like a 90-degree angle up. And then I think I think we are starting to see more of a
shocked
plateau.
You didn't say hockey stick wearing the stuff you're wearing.
It's funny. People say hockey stick, but like it depends on how you hold the hockey stick. Because hockey stick could go up like that. If you flip the stick around, it just goes down.
Yeah, but hockey stick chart, like, come on.
I have never used that term ever.
Sorry.
No, I know. It's crazy. I never thought about that until you just said that. I never used that term before.
You're wearing a Rangers Christmas sweater.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
I know.
I would love. This is super depressing. Maybe we end on a very quick like.
This is not depressing. This is just reality.
Yeah, the reality is depressing. Let's end on a more optimistic, positive note. Say one. Either do you want to do something that we're grateful
I'll
for?
take the other side. maybe, but let me just say the other side of the coin that you just flipped. People will start waking up and seeing that maybe we can do this without OpenAI. Maybe we can do this without Anthropic. Maybe
Yes.
you can just run
I
a small
hope.
model. You can run a small model somewhere in the cloud or on your computer and just do all those things that they're selling you and saying, if we don't do it, China will. Which I have no words for that.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe people start seeing that if I install any small model, open source model, I can do the same things that you're selling. That you're saying as will save humanity. Like the way they started this, like this will cure cancer. This will solve the energy crisis. This will
It
solve the
will
climate
solve the
crisis.
energy crisis while
Yeah, by making it worse until we solve it. Like I think people will be waking up more to that, and that
yeah.
is the best thing that can happen in 2026 when it comes to AI. Because AI is great, the technology is great. Who's controlling it is not great,
Yeah.
and that needs to change.
Yeah. I love it. Well, I guess
But
that's a
what are
good
we
place to
thankful for? What are we thankful for? No, we need to say what we're thankful for. We have a few more minutes for this. Thankful for in this year or next year?
Well, let's do a 2025 reflection.
25.
What's
25.
something
You,
that you
you go
were
first.
thankful for that you had in 2025?
You go first.
I mean, this is a personal one, but I had 10 years of my best friend with me, and he passed away in July. Um, but I had my best friend, and I'm very thankful for the time that I was able to share with him. And it makes me sad that I don't have him anymore. But, you know, you have to be thankful for the memories that you had. So I don't know if I don't know how many people will get to this point of the podcast and listen to this, but like
Doesn't
it,
matter.
whoever's still
Yeah.
listening, we appreciate you guys for listening to 37 minutes of unhinged content. But
I would say mostly unhinged. There was some not unhinged, some
we had some
hinged
takes in
moments.
there that
Yes,
were
yes,
sufficiently hinged and
yes,
looped, I
yes.
guess.
I agree with that.
But Jordy was like he was my center of the universe for like the most informative parts of my life. So it hit me really hard, like personally, professionally. It still kind of even does. Like sometimes there are just days where I'm like, for me to be took a pretty big hit of just like my productivity because I just sit at my computer screen and I'd be like, I'm not editing. I don't want to edit
Yeah.
this. There's no part of me that wants to do anything related to this. I just want to sit on my couch and do nothing. Thankfully, I've been in a better spot. People like you, Sonny, have helped me. People have privately and publicly reached out to me. Fans of For Me to Be, fans of just people in the digital marketing space. So I think I'm thankful for people who reached out and thankful for the time I had to spend with like my best friend for 10 plus years. And I miss him. I love him. And I'll see him. I don't want to say I'll see him again soon, but I'll see him, and
Well,
I'm
hopefully not
excited for
soon,
when
but
I'm going to be able
I
to
get
see
what
him.
you mean. And I'll just say that I'm really. First of all, I had no idea you had him for 10 years. Like I had no idea. I'm just happy to see that you're in a better place than you were during the summer because it was rough, as you said. So
Yeah, and it was
I'm
hard.
I,
I had a good therapist that helped me
that's good.
work through a lot of stuff, and I had a great support system. Um, yeah. What about
Uh,
you?
what about me? I'm just honestly the network of people that I care about. I was able to build thanks to the podcast is something that
What was it? You saw 30 people at Conversion Hotel that were on your
29,
podcast,
29 guests, yes, and I had them in the slide
and you
during my
didn't take a
talk.
selfie with them.
I did not. It was the logistics would have made it impossible. But I'm honestly like this started. It's December. In February 18th, I think it's gonna be 5 years since I started the podcast. Like that's a long ass time to have
Yeah.
a podcast. The number of people that I was able to meet that I'm still in touch with frequently that were on the podcast and that really are my go-to people when I need an opinion of someone I really respect and care. An opinion I'll honor and care about. It's just insane that this happened because I bought a microphone and started reaching out to people and asking them questions. It just completely, it doesn't feel real still 5 years later. So I'm just thankful for that. And it's kind of coming together. like what was it, 2 weeks ago at Commercial Hotel, like 29 guests of the podcast were that's more than 10. That's like 15% of all the people that were there. That is completely crazy.
I'm just trying to pull this up on the side. Sani, it's gonna take me like 7 days to try and go through all of our like conversations.
No, that's not possible. LinkedIn makes it impossible. Yeah, I mean, you're one of those people, obviously, and of
No,
course.
well, it ends at December 1st. No, okay.
No,
I'm trying
it's
to
fine.
remember what was our first interaction.
Had to be a LinkedIn message, and this was in your CRO memes day, so something around that.
What do you mean in my CRO memes day? That continues to be my day.
That's not the only thing you do these days. It used to be.
And now I just have memes and videos.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. This was I'm gonna say 3 years ago at least. You were on the podcast like 3 years ago.
Was that the start? You invited me on the pod?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, what was our first interaction? Why did
God
we get in
knows.
contact with
God
each other?
knows. I have no. It was such a long time ago. I mean, and you cannot scroll through our LinkedIn messages.
I was trying, and
it's
as you were
happen.
talking, it was like a minute, and I got up to
No.
September 25 of this year, and I was like,
That's
all right, this is
impossible.
gonna take me
That
fucking
is
forever.
completely impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just still shocked and in awe that something like this is possible. And honestly, anyone can do something like this in a few years. Like, you want to build a professional network, just be kind to people and try to help them as they're doing whatever they're doing, and just have meaningful, friendly conversations, deep conversations, and not just shallow slop bullshit that most people seem to be.
Well, that's a good place to wrap with the whole meta conversation around AI. When AI is everywhere, just be an authentic
absolutely.
human being.
Absolutely.
You will stand out. You might think you're not, because you'll see the AI slop getting thousands of likes from other bots and thousands of comments from other bots.
Exactly.
But I promise, be authentically yourself on comments, on DM me, DM Sani. Like,
Absolutely.
we will human to human unless you try and sell me shit, then I will block you and fuck you. But if you try and authentically reach out to me, just to, like, have a conversation or talk, like, more authenticity in 2026. Let's make that happen.
And beyond. But let's please everyone make that happen, because
To
AI slop
authenticity
can
and
go-
beyond.
AI slop can go to hell.
Hell yeah. All right, Sani, what do you want to plug? Anything you want to plug?
Nothing. Just check out the podcast. I'm making some big changes in 2026.
No hacks?
I'll announce that. No hacks. nohackspod.com. I will announce that next year. Connect with me on LinkedIn if we're not connected. I just nothing. I just enjoy the holidays. Take it easy. Slow down.
Cool. And then my plugs are just go subscribe to From A to B. I have a Beehive, from A to B.BHIIV.com. I post memes, GIFs, it's like companion content for the pod. But yeah, go check our stuff out. DM us if you guys want to or don't. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, how do we wrap?
That's good. That's
And
good.
we're done. We did
That's
it.
a wrap. Yeah. Awesome.